When most people hear rich people, they think about money in the bank, cars, houses, trips, luxury. But before any of that, there is something that almost nobody sees: the way they think, their relationship with time, their relationship with learning, their relationship with problems, their relationship with themselves. You may not have their money. You may not have their contacts. You may not have their background. But you can start to think in a more powerful way. And one of the biggest differences is this: some people see self-development as a nice extra. Motivational stuff, books, videos. Rich thinkers see self-development as a serious strategic superpower, something that changes their future income, their opportunities, their relationships, their health, their peace of mind. Today, I want to explore this with you, not to worship rich people, but to learn which parts of their mindset you can use to build your own version of a rich life. Rich in money, yes, if that matters to you, but also rich in skills, freedom, and self-respect. By the way, if you enjoy using English to improve not just your vocabulary, but the way you think and live, you can subscribe and keep these reflections close to your routine. Let us begin. First, we need to break a very common idea: the idea that success is mainly about luck. Some people are born in the right family. Some people just have talent. Some people had a good chance. I did not. It is true that life is not fair. Some people start on the first floor. Some start in the basement. Some start outside the building. Opportunities are not equal. We must admit this. But here is another truth. In almost any position you are in, self-development can move you. It might not turn you into a billionaire, but it can move you from confused to clear, passive to proactive, victim to player, low skill to higher skill, no options to some options. And those changes, over years, change everything. Now, what does it mean to think like rich people in a useful way? Let us look at some differences. First difference: consumption mind versus creation mind. Many people use their free time to consume. Watch, scroll, escape. Rich thinkers use a big part of their time to create or learn to create. They read about business, investing, psychology, communication. They build something: a skill, a product, a service, a network. They ask themselves, how can I make something valuable that did not exist before? Instead of only asking, what can I buy? What can I enjoy right now? You may not want to build a company, but you can still shift from pure consumption to more creation. You can ask, what am I building in myself? Better English, better health, better focus, better communication. Second difference: short-term comfort versus long-term gain. Many people avoid discomfort now, even if it costs them in the future. Skip the workout, skip studying, stay in a job they hate, stay in a relationship that destroys their energy. Because change is uncomfortable. Rich thinkers are not superheroes, but they are more willing to be uncomfortable now to create better conditions later. They treat discomfort as part of the price. Like an investment, you put money in, you cannot use it today, but it grows. Self-development is similar. You put time and effort now, you cannot enjoy every minute, but your future experiences become richer. Third difference: fixed identity versus growth identity. Many people secretly believe, I am just this kind of person. I am not good with money. I am shy. I am lazy. I am not smart enough. I am not disciplined. They treat these sentences like facts. Rich thinkers and generally successful people view themselves more as a work in progress. They might say, I am not good with money yet. I am learning to be more disciplined. I am improving my communication. They see identity as flexible. This does not mean lying to yourself. It means remembering that skills can change. You may have 20, 30, 40 years in front of you. Do you really want to decide that you are already fixed? Self-development is your way of saying, I can be upgraded. Not because you are not good enough now, but because you are not finished. Fourth difference: blaming versus responsibility. When something goes wrong, many people blame the government, the boss, the partner, the family, the economy. Some of these factors are real, but rich thinkers ask a different primary question. What is in my control here? Maybe it is only 10%, but they focus on that 10%. Self-development teaches you to look at your part, not to blame yourself for everything, but to find where you have power, because that is the only place where you can move. Fifth difference: entertainment mindset versus learning mindset. Many people read or watch only to relax. Nothing wrong with that. But rich thinkers constantly look for knowledge they can use. They read with a pen. They take notes. They ask, how can I apply this in my life or work? They listen to conversations and think, what can I learn from this person's story? Self-development for them is not just inspiration for one afternoon. It is a continuous process of learning, testing, adjusting. Now you might think, okay, I understand the mindset, but how exactly is self-development a superpower in practical terms? Let us make this concrete. Self-development is a superpower because it multiplies everything it touches. If you improve your communication skills, it affects your job interviews, your relationships, your ability to sell or negotiate, your ability to ask for help or opportunities. If you improve your emotional control, it affects how you handle stress, how you respond to criticism, how you stay calm in conflict, how you manage fear when making decisions. If you improve your discipline, it affects your health, your learning speed, your consistency at work, your ability to complete projects. These qualities are valuable in almost any area of life. And here is something rich people understand deeply. You can lose money. You can lose a job. You can lose a business. But if you have skills and a strong mind, you can rebuild. Self-development is portable wealth. It lives inside you. Now, many people delay their self-development because of one illusion. They think, when I am successful, then I will have time to work on myself. Rich thinkers do the opposite. They work on themselves to become successful. They treat self-development as a cause, not a reward. So how can you start to think like this? Let us talk about some practical ways to treat self-development like your superpower. First, you need a direction. Ask yourself, if I could upgrade 3 things in myself over the next year, what would they be? For example, better English, better focus, better emotional control, better financial habits, better health. Choose 2 or 3, not 10. Then ask, what is one small habit I can practice that would train this area? If it is English, maybe 15 minutes a day of focused practice, not just random scrolling. If it is focus, maybe deep work for 25 minutes with my phone in another room. If it is emotional control, maybe pause and breathe 10 seconds before responding when I feel triggered. Treat these as daily training sessions for your superpower. Second, change the way you see time. Many people think in days or weeks. Rich thinkers think in years. They ask, if I continue this habit for 3 years, what will my life look like? If you spend 15 minutes a day learning, that can be hundreds of hours in a few years. Enough to become very strong in a skill. If you waste 3 hours a day in distraction, that is more than 1 month of waking time per year. Self-development thinking is long-term. You stop asking, what will this give me today? And start asking, what will this give me over time? Third, be strategic with what you consume. You do not need to stop watching series or playing games completely, but ask yourself, how much of my time is pure entertainment, and how much is strategic development? You can create a simple rule. For example, for every hour of entertainment, I invest at least 30 minutes in learning or building something. Or, every day before I relax, I do my 20 minutes of self-development. This is how you treat growth like a non-negotiable. Fourth, invest in yourself when possible. Rich thinkers spend money not only on objects, but on knowledge and systems. Books, courses, coaching, tools that save time. Even if your budget is small, you can still invest. A book can cost less than eating out once. A course can cost less than a new pair of shoes. This is not about buying random things. It is about asking, what investment in myself has the highest chance of giving me more freedom in the future? Sometimes, the best investment is not money, but attention. Reading a free article with full focus can change more than watching 100 videos passively. Fifth, measure progress inside, not only outside. You might not see big external results quickly. No promotion yet. No big money yet. No big change in your environment. But ask, how is my thinking different now? How do I respond to problems now compared to last year? How is my confidence? How is my discipline? This is inner wealth. Rich thinkers know that internal upgrades often come before external rewards. Sixth, surround yourself with growth. If all your conversations are about gossip, complaints, and negativity, it is hard to grow. You may not have access to rich friends, but you can still change your environment slowly. Follow people online who talk about building, learning, creating, not only complaining. Read biographies of people who started from difficult places and built something. Talk more with people who take responsibility. Your environment is like soil. Self-development is easier in good soil. Now there is a danger here. When you enter the world of self-development, you can fall into 2 traps. Trap 1. Only consuming, never acting. You listen to podcasts, you watch videos, you read books, you feel inspired in your chair, but your life does not change because you do not apply. Try to follow this simple rule. For each new idea you learn, ask, what is one small action I can take in the next 24 hours based on this? Even if it is tiny. Send an email. Start a list. Change one habit in your routine. Do not let knowledge stay only in your head. Trap 2. Using self-development to hate yourself. You see all the successful people online. You compare. You feel small. You start to use self-development like a weapon. Look how far I am from where I should be. I am behind. I am late. This kills your energy. Self-development should come from a place of respect for yourself, not disgust. The message is, I am worthy of becoming stronger and freer, not, I am trash until I reach some level. You can be proud of your effort today, even while you work for more. To close, let us connect this back to the idea of thinking like rich people. Thinking like rich people is not about pretending to be something you are not. It is about adopting certain habits of mind that give you more power over your life. Seeing yourself as an asset to develop. Taking responsibility where you can. Investing in skills and knowledge. Thinking in years, not just moments. Using discomfort strategically. Turning learning into action. You may not control where you started. You may not control every event in your life. But you can control how seriously you take your own development. And that choice, repeated over months and years, is a superpower. Because while others spend years only consuming, only complaining, only surviving, you will be quietly building. Your mind, your skills, your opportunities. Rich people know this. Your real capital is not only in the bank. It is in your habits, your knowledge, your courage, your discipline. Those are things you can start growing today from exactly where you are. One page read, one habit repeated, one brave decision, 1 hour invested in yourself instead of pure distraction. This is how you think like rich people, even before the money is there. Because you are already rich in the most important resource, the decision to grow. See you in the next video.